camera, Ashley Webster, Liz McDonald, Todd Horwitz, Mike Murphy, and Keith Fitzgerald. Here's my opinion, and I'm going to go around the block. I say this market, stock market, just wants to go up. Keith, you're first.
Absolutely. What's bad is good, what's good is bad. As long as the Fed does nothing, which is probably what it's going to do, the easiest path to resistance is up.
Mike?
I think the market is moving higher, but I think you have to be very careful as an investor right now because the only thing propping up the market is the Fed. And if anything goes wrong either in this country or geopolitical or with the election, you can have a major sell-off in the market.
What do you say, Todd?
First of all, congratulations on being number one. I want to say congratulations. It's great to be there. Anyways, I say that the market more likely goes down, and it's searching for a reason to go down. Okay? That's what I'm looking for. I think the market breaks from here.
Are you referring to our ratings? What's the relevance of the hat? Oh, number one, I see.
Well,
I see that.
That was his New Year's Eve.
I had
one on it.
I hope you didn't spend a lot of money on that.
The whole crew deserves
it. Todd is being very generous. He's pointing out that, yes, we are number one in the ratings, and we really appreciate that. We announced it last week, I believe, and we're all looking and feeling pretty good this morning. Anybody want to add to my opinion that the market just wants to go up? Liz?
Well, I agree with what Keith said, although I need closed captioning and subtitles to understand what he said, but I agree with what he said. What? About what's good is bad and bad is good, and yes.
What do you say? Market just wants to go up.
Yes, until further notice. This is what we're going to have. Until, as Mike points out, the Fed, everyone's looking, as much as we hate to navel gaze, as Stuart Varney puts it, that's where we're at. They're trying to interpret every damn thing.
He's itching to say something more.
The market has a valuation metric. You know, you can't right now. The valuation buzz me away. But the market cannot go up forever, as you say. The market never has gone up forever. It's not going to go up forever. At 19 times earnings, it's at or near a peak.
Well, it's such fun to have you back on Tuesday morning. Newborn baby and all. Yeah. Congratulations, by the way. Donald Trump, well, he's taking direct aim at Janet Yellen. He says the Fed has created a stock bubble and a false economy to boost Obama's failing economic policies. Mike, you first. Is he right?
I think he's 100% right. And I think the thing here, Stuart, is I don't have the answer, and I don't think anybody globally has the answer of what happens when you have negative interest rates around the entire world. What happens? What happens if it starts to fail? What happens if there's one chink in the armor? I don't know the answer. I, for one, hope that the Fed can steer us out of this. I think the growth policies we have in place right now, 1 to 2% growth, is not going to give us enough to let the Fed unwind the position that they've got themselves in since 2008, 2009. So, yes, artificially inflated.
Well, we've opened higher. We're up 45 points. Dow Industrial is 18,537 as we speak. I think the market wants to go up. Obviously, it's not a huge rally, but we are up in the very early going. Now, we get the big reveal from Apple tomorrow on the iPhone 7. What do we know about it, Ash?
Well, I think what we know is that the expectations, Stuart, are pretty low. We always know they're trying to be thinner, brighter, larger screens. We've gone through all of that. Perhaps the biggest thing, and it's not a secret, is the headphone jack will disappear in order to enable it to make it thinner. That may upset some people because you're going to have to go to Bluetooth and wireless. But other than that, no major, I don't think, and from what we understand, no major overhauling, which we've come to expect, and a bigger, different type of phone is not expected till next year. The other issue for Apple is that people are hanging on to their iPhones now a lot longer than they used to.
That's a fair point, but they've got over $200 billion in cash. It's a utility.
And let us not forget that Samsung's Galaxy Note 7 has been exploding and catching fire.
Yeah, good point.
So,
hey, Keith, what do you make of that? The Galaxy 7, 2.5 million of them had to be withdrawn because of possibly exploding batteries.
Yeah.
I see that as a plus for Apple, don't you?
Well, I do too. You know, and here's the thing. People forget about the transition away from 8-tracks, away from the cassette, you know, the fact that you can use a headset, the fact all the way back to the early days of the Walkman. So it's a digital music move that makes Apple stickier. Now, with regard to Samsung, I do think that boosts Apple's potential market share because nobody wants to carry something that's going to catch fire in their pocket.
Okay, that would be true, would it not? Yeah, okay. Check the big board, because we're now high of the day, up 57 points, 15,549. The chip maker, Marvell,